Warning, this is an evil video. If you do this, you're going straight to hell, all right? And don't tell people you watch my channel if you do this. Now look, you gotta understand, this is about creating and triggering uncontrollable emotions. Unfortunately for this, this is gonna sound evil, the person has to have the right amount of trauma to do this, okay?
And I forgot to put a warning. The last one is evil as hell. Like I even felt bad talking about it, but it actually does have a really good point, but it just sounds so evil. So that's a warning, guys.
Two, it's almost everyone, okay? Because unfortunately, trauma doesn't manifest itself consciously a lot of the times. Trauma manifests itself over time and in a subtle way that eats away at you over the years. And a lot of the times, people don't consider toxic relationship an expression of their trauma. But unfortunately, toxic relationships are literal addictions to people, over dependencies on people that creates a very toxic dynamic that completely gets in the way of your normal life, okay? So with this video, you will learn how to create that, how to bring that out in people. But like I said, it comes with a warning, all right? And the good thing about this is that it doesn't work on everyone. And the beauty about this actually is that if you could, it's crazy, right? You could do the things that I'm about to tell you. And if this doesn't work on the person, you want to be with them. Because if this doesn't work, it means that mentally, this person is in the right place. All right? I don't know why the fuck the light just went on out of nowhere. So with that being said, let's begin with the video, man. And like I said, use this with caution, all right? Now look, if you guys see over here, you guys will notice that there are some paintings. I'm doing this painting right here of me, and it was actually from a very low moment in my life. So I took a picture of it, and I'm actually gonna paint it. And so I'm offering this painting for anyone who wants to buy it. And this is the painting of the Mona Lisa that I'm doing for a client. So you guys can actually purchase a copy of this painting. It's gonna be really good. I think I'm gonna sell this painting for about $1,500 or $2,000. So if you guys want to purchase it, you guys can let me know on the website, and I'm gonna make prints of it, and you guys can get more affordable options of it. This one is already sold, but I could sell people prints of it, which look high quality prints, so you guys can purchase it, okay? And you guys can purchase custom made paintings done by me. You could do that now, or else I'm closing the channel. All right, let's begin. So the first emotion, this. And this is why I say it could look kind of evil, but it's actually because it's actually true. The first emotion is loneliness. This one is very easy. All you need is find someone who's lonely. And the sad part is that that's a lot of people, man. Granny, fucking the football player, even people that you think have a lot of friends, a lot of the times when you're surrounded with a lot of people, you actually feel lonely. The thing is that most people just don't have real connections. So they might have friends, but their friends really don't know them. So this is very easy. And it's pretty visible when someone's lonely. It's best to find these people in cities. People in cities are usually the loneliest people because they're not with their family. They're not with their friends. And usually city people, a lot of times, are usually the most cold, but also usually they're the most loneliest. And also you could just do this by doing this strategy, and that's unpredictable coldness. Unpredictable coldness, which sometimes can be where you talk to people expressively, but then you get a little bit more cold, right? You lower everything, like you bring down the temperature. You see them less, you hang out with them less. A lot of times, it triggers your loneliness. And this loneliness comes with a compulsion. That compulsion is a compulsion to chase, a craving that it activates, and that's why people who come from good families, right? I swear to God, you could actually just look at their family history and predict if this will work on them. You can actually predict their by looking at their family. How split is their family? The more split their family, the more uncontrollable emotions, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's right, people. Oh my God, Father Alex is going to hell, and you too. Next one. You want to create desperation. I call it a gift of desperation, right? For example, desperation could be good in some areas, right? Me, I go to AA, right? Father Alex has some demons, right? And I go for that because as you guys know, I used to party a lot, and I tried MDMA, and I used it too much, so I gotta go there to stay out of that shit, right? And it works. But what gets you to do that is desperation, the feeling that you can't control and manage your life, the feeling that I can't do nothing, I can't control it, I give up. This feeling of desperation can take you to the light. But then if a person has a strong ego, the feeling of desperation doesn't cause people to see the light, actually causes them to dig deeper in their soil, to dig deeper in their unhappiness, right? And so because of that, the feeling of desperation can be a good thing because sometimes you frustrate people to the point where they watch my channel. But that's only for people whose ego isn't as strong. But if a person has a strong ego, I'm a man, I'm an attractive person, I have power, they're gonna feel offended. And they're gonna say, who the fuck is this person to make me feel desperate? I'm doing them a favor. And you know what happens? They chase you. The only reason why they'll chase you is so that you could chase them and then they pull away. But the point is, the more ego somebody has, when you put them in a state of desperation, they don't watch my channel. You guys have a healthy sense of ego to watch my channel in your feeling of desperation. These people dig deeper and they chase even harder. They get needy. And usually you do this through not giving them access to you, frustrating them. One day being there and the next day being cold, right? The next emotion and this is the thing, desperation is also comes from loneliness, where you're just in so much pain. You're so unhappy that you're willing to do anything, break any rules, especially if it's Father Alex's, for their validation. But it's temporary, right? This is a temporary state. Because as soon as they get out of the state of desperation, they're gonna want some payback. Next one is having a meaningless life. If this is where gang members can get the most loyal followers, right? Getting somebody who has a meaningless life. And that usually you can see it. They don't have friends. They hate their job, right? They don't have close family ties. They have addictions. A lot of times they're obsessed about one thing and everything else is completely destroyed. And people with meaningless life, when you present yourself to them, they're gonna see you as a savior, right? They're gonna see you as somebody who could deliver them from their unhappiness. It pretty much comes down to just having a meaningless life. And the truth is, the people who are most susceptible to this is men, right? Us men. You have women that sometimes that have this, but men a lot of times are the ones that experience more meaninglessness because they're judged by the status in their life, right? And so this is a lot of guys, and a lot of these guys, they'll be in their parents' basement. A lot of these guys, a lot of the guys that are really desperate, but also women go through this a lot of the times, right? And you could just see it because they're what people call loser, right? Having a meaningless life. Understand that being a loser is always a temporary mode. For example, when I make art, like this one, I like to call creating art is going into loser mode, right? Right? Because you're not going into loser mode means that you're not home, you're home all the time, right? You're painting, you're not hanging out with your friends because you're finishing that shit up, right? Now, the next one is a subtle sense of emptiness. This one is usually from childhood, right? Where they just not happy. Like for me, I remember I would just feel bored. Almost my whole life, I felt bored. Like just a deep sense of boredom. Again, I just felt empty inside. I felt like I was missing something. And that sense of missing something is the criteria that gangs, religious groups, cults look for in members. People who have no meaning. And you give them meaning by being there, by validating them, making them feel attractive, making them feel like you admire them. Honestly, these are the easiest people to manipulate. For the simple fact that their unhappiness cloaks your manipulation into love. For example, right? Let's just say I'm a guy and I feel empty inside, right? And you pull away. I will never assume that maybe you're pulling away because you don't like me. I'll assume maybe she's busy, or maybe she really had to, give her ex a ride, or her ex is at her place, but she's only doing him a favor, right? I am so desperate for your validation that I'm willing to believe your lies. And a lot of times you don't see this because people can be empty and have superficially successful life. The way that you know that this person feels empty is because they tolerate your bullshit. You do shit that you know is wrong and they don't say nothing. They rather be known as being with you while being unhappy than not being with you and healing. Right? And this is where this type of person will put all of their evolutionary points to just have a relationship, even if it's at the cost of their own sanity. This is where the guy who want to be with that hot girl that makes him look good in front of everyone, but that she treats him like shit in private. This person will be extremely needy. And this person, the person who they're with, will have complete power over you. Like, these are some crazy criteria, right? Next one is jealousy. And then this is obvious, right? At least with guys, this is what leads guys to choke a bitch. Right? This is what leads guys to committing crimes. But this is also what leads women to slashing your tires, right? At this point, this is toxic, right? Because jealousy shouldn't be something that you use to control people. Jealousy should be something that you use to tell people how you feel, right? To express to them, hey, blah, 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 blah. But it's not something that you use to control them. If they keep making you jealous, you leave, not control them. So you got to be careful with this one, right? This one has a warning, right? You got to know your clientele. You make the wrong person jealous, and that could backfire big time. Next one is impatience, right? And this one is all about making people wait, going slow, right? And a lot of the times, this is something that I prefer everyone does. In my opinion, I like when people do this. Because when you do this, you're pretty much communicating to people that you have standards, right? That you want to go slow. As a guy, not trying to sleep with a woman too fast and making her impatient to sleep with me, a woman will actually trust me more, right? Like, it's kind of crazy. Guys don't understand what happens when you say no to pum pum or you say let's go a little slow. Like, women, they fucking short circuit, right? But even with women, I tell women, right? Like, even if you want a relationship with someone, making them impatient, going slower than they are, just go slower than everyone, right? Just being slower to be in a relationship with someone is really all you really got to do. It's really about pacing, right? And when people ask me, what should I do? Just go slower than they are. And humans naturally are impatient creatures. And when you're impatient, you get more aggressive. You start doing more. And above all, you commit more mistakes. Father Alex likes mistakes. The next one, now this is toxic. This is toxic, man. Negligence. And this is where people act, when people neglect things about you. For example, right? Oh, señor. Alexis?
Sí,
Yes,
Alex.
gracias.
Listo, hasta luego.
Hasta luego. This is where people forget that they had a date with you. This is where people forget to text you back. This is where people forget your birthday. This is people. I got this. This is where people are just not considerate. And what that does is that, yeah, it pisses people off. But it makes them chase, man. It makes them chase. It offends them in a way that doesn't turn them off, but pisses them off, but makes them chase. This is where I don't want you. This is where if you see somebody do this, if you do this to someone and it works, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you not to chase them. I mean, it's okay, nothing wrong with that. But this does work. This is why I tell people, man, like, it's okay to commit mistakes. It's okay to forget people's birthdays sometimes, right? It's okay to forget certain things. Don't lie. Be honest about, you know, the fact that you were supposed to give them a gift and you forgot. It's okay because this is you're a human being, and these mistakes are there for a reason. Like these mistakes is what actually makes people like you more. Just don't do it intentionally, right? Just be a goofy human where you forget from time to time. It's okay. You forgot to pick up a kid from school. It's okay. Right? Don't do that, right? But you get what I'm saying because the pain that occurs from basic human error is all you need for people to actually become more obsessed with you. Right? For example, like I had an ex, right, where she cooked for me, and I didn't honestly I didn't say that to be mean. She was like, "What do you think? 1 out of 10?" I'm like, "This is a 7. This is really good." She was like, "A 7?" I'm like, bitch, that's a 7. I mean, I'm comparing you to fucking Michelin star cooks. Like I'm comparing you to like that. This is one place that I go in New York City that has the best lasagna in the world. And I'm like, I'm comparing this to this. And this is fucking incredible, actually. Like my cooking is a 6. Yours is a 7. She was like, that's fucking mean. Thinking back at it, I'm like, Alexis, come on, man, that's a little mean, man. Like I know what you mean, but she didn't get it. She wanted to impress you. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's a kind of neglect where you kind of like, you and these things you could do unintentionally by just being honest with people, man. Like you will naturally neglect things because you're a human being. The problem is that when you're so anxious and you're so fucking perfect. Oh my God, you never forget anything. Oh my God, you don't just give them a gift. You give them two, three, four, five gift. Like you are just too present. You are too perfect. That's not normal. That usually comes because you're anxious, you want to impress them, so you go above and beyond. Calm down, all right? Don't be too perfect, okay? It's okay to misspell a name. It's okay to forget this or that. It actually makes them like you more, all right? I remember loneliness, desperation, meaningless life, subtle sense of emptiness in their heart, right? You choose those people. Unpredictable coldness, jealousy, impatience, and negligence. These things will trigger people to an uncontrollable state of emotion. Fuck, it might even relapse people to drugs. So be careful when you do this. It might, especially this one, might cause violence. So I'm told to. I tell this to women: don't be careful with jealousy. Like some guys are violent. You know, me as a guy, I don't try to make people jealous because I feel bad. But I wouldn't do this in a girl who's from the Bronx or fucking Florida. All right. So know your clientele. All right. Anyways, if you guys want to work with me one on one, go to mindfulattraction.org, and then you'll be able to book a one on one phone call with me. And after this video, you'll see a commercial where I talk about all of my courses that I could tell you guys my courses in a bundle, or you guys can purchase them individually. Okay. And if you guys want to meditate with me, we have a meditation group in Zoom. You guys can join my Patreon, and for $5 a month, you guys can join our meditation. And I'm actually going to be bringing back the book club. So if you guys want to listen to the book club on Patreon, you guys can click on the description down below and join the book club, okay? There's a lot of things going on Patreon, man. So join that now, or else I'm closing the channel. Take care. Now, I know you guys like that video, right? But the problem is that most likely you're watching my videos very scattered. And you're understanding the information, but you might be getting information overload because you might be watching a video for this, but then a video for that. Sometimes it's best to just purchase the systems that I have that will give you more clarity. For example, I have the psychological game of attraction, which is a system that I have for women who are single, and it'll teach you how to go from single to relationship, and it'll give you everything that I know you're gonna encounter, like any objections, what to do when someone's pulling away, when it's time to open up, when it's time to close down, how to punish people for disrespect, how to find out if somebody genuinely likes you. You get all of that in that system rather than watching all of my videos. It's actually a more efficient way of learning. I also have natural chemistry, which is a course that I created for women who are in a relationship and want to strengthen their relationship. So if you're a nice girl, if you lack assertiveness, if you're the type of person that doesn't have respect in their relationship, well, then natural chemistry is the course for you. After that, we have the feminine woman, which is a self-help course for women in order to help you guys develop more emotional strength, to develop a meditation practice, to set and achieve your goals. I also teach you guys my manifestation technique that has literally manifested what I have today, right? So remember, in these systems, you get the for women who are single, psychological game of attraction, women who are in relationship, and the feminine woman, right? Each course is $99 each, right? So if you purchase them individually, they'll be $400. Yeah, $300. But with the bundle, you get them at $249, right? So just click on the description down below, and is a lifetime guarantee. So you can keep it forever. And if you don't like it, you have a 30-day money back guarantee, right? On top of that, we also sell them with the bonuses, right? Social mastery. And it's just a bunch of bonuses that I have, which is almost like double the material of the course. So it's a really good way to get a lot of value from it. And it's a great way to support the channel. So you can click on the description down below where it says purchase the fundamentals, and I'll see you guys inside. Take care.